The Biden administration plans to boost electric vehicle sales by 2032, but it could be in jeopardy, that plan. The auto dealers could be the driving force behind a slowdown. That's according to a new article from the Washington Post, which found buyers are calling out dealerships nationwide for being unprepared and reluctant to make the switch. Joining us now is the author of that piece, Shannon Osaka. She's a climate reporter covering policy, culture, and science for the Washington Post. Thanks for joining us, Shannon. So I have an electric vehicle, and I really did find one thing to be true in my own experience in your article, which is a total lack of education when it comes to electric vehicles. At a lot of these dealerships, most people are not buying cars brand new. They're going to, a dealership to buy a used car, and you're not getting a lot of information. So can you kind of go through, because there's several pegs to this. Why do customers feel like they're being discouraged to buy electric vehicles when they go to some of these dealerships? What are they finding?
So customers are saying that they're going to dealerships and either the dealers just aren't very knowledgeable about electric vehicles, don't know how to answer their questions, or in a few cases that the dealers are actually directing them towards gas cars. And there's a few different reasons why this could be. Part of it might just be training on the part of the dealers of not really understanding the technology, but there are also real financial incentives for dealerships that push them to want to continue to sell combustion engine vehicles rather than switching to EVs.
And so, to me, kind of the move towards EV, they're kind of like three pegs, right? You've got the automakers who are investing all kinds of money in like the future of electric vehicles. That's partially what some of the strikes were about. How do we make sure that our employees can fit into this new future? You've got obviously the Biden administration that is gung-ho about this, and then the dealerships in the middle. Can you talk a little bit about kind of the disconnect? What's the disconnect between the dealership and these two other pegs, and how challenging or how big of a challenge a dealership can be when it comes to the overall push towards electric vehicles?
Yeah, absolutely. So we know that automakers have invested hundreds of billions of dollars in this transition. It is not small.
Mm-hmm.
And the Biden administration, as you say, is aiming for perhaps up to 2/3 of new cars sold to be electric in less than 10 years. This is a pretty substantial goal. But at the same time, for dealerships, there's a few different reasons why the financial incentives might not align. So I talked to a few former dealers who would say things like, look, selling a gas-powered car can take me 1 to 2 hours. It's pretty easy. The customer understands the technology. They understand what they're getting. But selling an electric vehicle can take a lot more visits. It can take up to 4 hours of just explaining to the customer, here's how you charge, here's the benefits of this vehicle. And that cuts into the individual dealer's commission, which obviously they're not crazy about. Then for the dealership as a whole, there's another financial incentive, which is service. So dealerships make actually most of their money from service, parts, labor.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit like, selling the razor to sell the razor blades. They sell the they sell the gas-powered car so that they can sell the service. But EVs don't require the same amount of service that gas-powered cars do. A gas car, you need to get an oil change every 5,000 to 7,500 miles. But for an EV, you might not have your first major service until 150,000 miles. And that's a pretty substantial financial incentive that might not be aligned with the EV transition.
Right. It could be a great selling point for an EV, but if somebody doesn't want to sell you an EV, they might not let you know about that. And I think there's kind of another added layer of complexity, and it has to do with all these various federal and tax incentives. Some of them have expired, or they've expired only for certain vehicles because they've sold past their amount. It's very, very complicated. And you can understand why, a salesman would not want to invest the time into learning all of this.
Yeah, the tax credit landscape is a maze. It depends on the individual vehicle. It depends on whether that individual vehicle was manufactured in the US, whether its battery minerals were sourced in the US. And so I also heard from customers who said things like, look, my dealership couldn't tell me whether the car that I was getting was going to be eligible for the $7,500 tax credit. That's a big difference. $7,500 could be the difference between you buying that vehicle versus not.
Yeah.
And so it's a maze for dealers, and it's even more of a maze for consumers who might really want to start making this transition. But when they go to the dealership and they get confused, it's a web of all these tax credits and incentives. They might just say, look, I'm going to go with a regular hybrid, or I'm going to go with a gas car.
Yeah, totally. It was a really interesting article, Shannon. Thank you very much.